Namaskar. This is Akhilesh Bhargava. Welcome to Tit-Bits on Business and Finance with me. The Prohibition of Benami Transactions Act is the latest weapon in the hands of the Income Tax Department to detect and punish tax evasion, tax evaders, and all those who create and generate black money. A typical Benami transaction is one where a proceed of crime, an illegal amount, is earned by one person. It is then laundered and invested in the name of yet another person. This ensures that the identity of the man who earned this proceed of crime is concealed and that the money which was illegal is given a legal garb, a legal facade, thus ensuring that the man who earned this illegal proceeds of crime is able to enjoy it as long as he wants. To us, the Sahara Group has been one of the biggest platforms which has institutionalized the indulgence of Benami transactions, Benami assets in India. Take the case of two unlisted Sahara Group companies called Sahara India Real Estate Corporation and Sahara Housing Investment Corporation. These two unlisted entities, sometime before 2010, on paper raised 24,400 crores of rupees, ostensibly from 3 crore investors and depositors. These companies claim that they were not governed by SEBI regulations, since the fact that they were unlisted, they did not need to comply with any SEBI regulation. All that they had to do was file a red herring prospectus with the ROC, the Register of Companies, and that's what they did, and they have raised this kind of money. SEBI, of course, cried foul, and the matter soon got into dispute and it reached the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court immediately ordered that the amounts received must be refunded together with interest. Sahara was so confident about the entire exercise. It had done it so blatantly and in such a comprehensive and confident manner that it contended before the Supreme Court that it had already refunded 98% of the amount received back to the investors. It said that proof of this was given by it to SEBI in the form of 30 crore documents, which it sent to the SEBI head office in Mumbai in 127 trucks containing 31,669 cartons. It further said that it had handed over to SEBI over 2 crore refund and redemption vouchers to establish that money had indeed been given back to these investors and depositors. It then said that SEBI itself had issued ads on 4 occasions in 144 national newspapers asking depositors and investors of these companies to come back and take the amount. But only 4,600 depositors came out of the 3 crores from whom these companies had received this massive sum of 24,400 crores, thus contending that the money had already been given away and so no depositor truly came back to claim it. It further said that it had deducted 726 crores by way of TDS on interest paid on these deposits, thus establishing that these debentures were genuine, the persons from whom they received were genuine, and that this fact was even accepted by the Income Tax Department. What these two companies were not able to give to the Supreme Court were bank statements. The Supreme Court had said very clearly that they must give proof by way of bank statements that money had gone into the accounts of the depositors. They could not give any such statements to establish the banking trail. What was very obvious was that these 3 crore depositors claimed by the Sahara entities were actually either fictitious names, non-existent investors or depositors, or that they were mere name lenders to whom this money did not belong. They were obviously Benamis. When such a huge amount of 24,400 crores was created by these Sahara companies, it was very clear that they represented monies belonging to some very senior politician who otherwise could have earned such a huge sum of money, and that person needed to launder it by way of a Benami mechanism that the Sahara Group offered to him. The only option available for a person who has earned any proceeds of crime, who has earned any illegal money, and who yet wants to own it, enjoy it in a legal format, is to resort to a Benami transaction, resort to a Benami asset. The corrupt netas do it, the corrupt babus do it, tax evaders do it, and so do willful defaulters who have cheated banks in a big way. All of them resort to a Benami transaction such that their illegal booty is now given a legal facade. It is held in the name of somebody else and thus made to appear legal, and they are able to enjoy it. That has been a very common way of holding proceeds of crime. The problem was that once it was given a strong legal facade, it was very difficult to detect it. It was very difficult to punish the person concerned. And thus, we had the Prohibition of Benami Transactions Act being promulgated in 2016. The Act has been made applicable retrospectively with effect from 19th May 1988, and it provides that anybody who holds any Benami asset is going to be punished. There are four categories of Benami assets which this Act provides, and what are they? The first is any asset which is held by one person but which is being paid for by another person is a Benami asset. Of course, any such transaction in a family or in a fiduciary capacity is not included in the Benami nomenclature. But otherwise, as a general rule, any asset which is held by one person but is paid by another person is a Benami asset. The second is those assets which are held in the name of fictitious or non-existing persons. The third is any asset which is paid by a person, but the person who paid for it is not traceable. And the fourth category of a Benami asset is one where the owner of the asset denies that he's the owner, even though it is held in his name. Anyone who holds assets in any of these four categories will be held to have transacted, indulged in a Benami transaction, and he is punishable with imprisonment up to 7 years, as also fine, which is up to 25% of the market value of the Benami asset that we just discussed. As we said, empowered by this new law, the Income Tax Department has been on an overdrive. What is truly helping the department is the fact that this law has been made applicable with effect from 19th May 1988. In those days, right up to now, it had been very common and popular for all those who had earned proceeds of crime to invest them in the names of another person, in the name of a Benamidar. Lots of property transactions have got registered in the names of Benamidars, and now that evidence is there, which all those who had indulged in Benami transactions cannot undo. If a property was held in the name of a Benamidar and a document was registered, you cannot undo it now. And that is proving to be easy for the Income Tax Department to detect. The Income Tax investigation is finding out in huge numbers Benami assets in the form of agricultural land, land paid for by one person but held in the name of another. They are finding Benami shares where the shares are held in the name of entry providers and bogus entities. Bank accounts held in the name of bogus entities and persons are being found out, and so is the case of overseas assets held in the names of persons who don't exist or in the names of persons who never earn that money in whose name the assets are owned. This act is going to be extremely fertile and extremely powerful for the Income Tax Department, and we would believe that lakhs of such transactions would be unearthed with times to come. Let's come back to the Sahara Group. As we said, it has been one of the biggest platforms for Benami transactions in India. We talked about those two companies, Sahara India Real Estate Corporation and Sahara Housing Investment Corporation. It was not just that, they have had many other entities. Recent reports say that 4 cooperative credit societies floated by the Sahara groups have been found, and they have also had these kinds of transactions. Deposits in the names of persons who are not traceable. These 4 cooperative credit societies, one each in Calcutta, Hyderabad, Bhopal, and Lucknow, together on paper claim that they have received 1.1 lakh crores of deposits from 10 crore deposit holders. It's the same story. The deposit holders don't come to claim the money. They are not truly traceable. It's not a Ponzi scheme. There is nobody coming and filing complaint. But the fact of the matter is that the money is there in the name of a person, either a fictitious person or a name lender or a person who does not exist. Yet another instance of Benami transactions, this time through 4 cooperative credit societies in 4 different cities. This is Akhilesh Bhargava signing off till we meet again. Namaskar.
Hello everyone. HW News English is 2 years old now. When we started this venture, we promised ourselves one thing, that news should remain free, because right to know is the right of every Indian. But to keep news free for everyone, we need support from some of you. And thus we have rolled out membership on our YouTube channel HW News English. But mind you, the membership is completely voluntary. The programs that we were doing earlier, that we are doing now, will continue to remain free. First level is a basic level. Here, you can be our supporter by paying Rs 199 per month. This membership gives you certain perks and benefits. The perks include unique badges in front of your name, a live show from Mr. Sujit Nair and from Mr. Akhilesh Bhargava per month for our members. You can also vote in some exclusive members-only polls. Now the second level is Super Supporter. Here you can be our Super Supporter by paying Rs 3,999 per month. This membership will include every perk that comes with basic level. Additionally, our Super Supporters can be a part of a WhatsApp group where we can have discussions and suggestions on various topics. The second perk includes a gift pack with our merchandise. And the third perk is a Google Meet with Mr. Sujit Nair, where you can join the meet and ask your questions to Mr. Nair face to face. Lastly, if you like, we would give a shout out to our super supporters in our programs. So, hope to see you soon with our badges.